aspirants, welcome to Daily Chronicles by Abhiram IAS Academy. So, ee Daily Chronicles lo we'll be doing the paper analysis. Hindu nunchi, Indian Express nunchi, and also from PIB. We are collecting the most important topics and we are giving the content to you. So, ee em topics cover chestunnamo ante flash floods. The spelling is wrong. Flash floods gurinchi nechukunnamu. And about money laundering, Nilgiri tar, which is the state animal of Tamil Nadu. And also let's talk about the repo rate, as the Monetary Policy Committee meeting is completed and it has been said that there is no change in repo rate. So first article, flash floods. Why it is in news? This news la undi ante because heavy rainfall, rough topography caused the flash floods in your Uttarkashi district of Uttarakhand. So, news enti ante at least 4 people have been died after flash flood and mudslides swept through Darali village in Uttarkashi district of your Uttarakhand. Mari ఎందుకు కాస్ అయింది, అసలు ఫ్లాష్ ఫ్లడ్స్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఫ్లాష్ ఫ్లడ్స్ దేని వల్ల అక్కర్ అయింది అనేది ఈ వీడియోలో నేర్చుకుందాము. సో ఫ్లాష్ ఫ్లడ్స్ అంటే ఏంటి? యాజ్ యూ కెన్ సీ ద వర్డ్ ఫ్లాష్ ఫ్లడ్స్ అంటే ఒక సడన్ ఫ్లడ్స్ లాగా, సడన్ ఇంటెన్స్ ఫ్లడ్డింగ్ ఈవెంట్స్ that typically occur with 6 hours of continuous rainfall. For suppose ఒక 6 గంటలు కంటిన్యూస్ గా రెయిన్ఫాల్ అయింది, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, మడ్ ఉంటుంది కదా, మట్టి ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో when the trees are not there, trees holds mud or the soil. ఒకవేళ ఆ ఏరియాలో డిఫారెస్టేషన్ కానీ సరిగ్గా చెట్లు ఉండకపోవడం వల్ల వాటర్ ప్రవాహానికి మట్టి అనేది వస్తూ ఉంటుంది. The same way if it is like intense rainfall, so within 6 hours of rainfall, if this is occurring, then you can see here flash floods. So what are flash floods? Flash floods are maybe sudden and also intense flooding. Floods ante enti ekkuva accumulation of your rain water, it is leading to the floods. Urban floods antamu. You can see urban floods ekkada chudochu in your Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, ఇలాంటి ప్రదేశాలలో వాట్ యూ కెన్ సీ అర్బన్ ఫ్లడ్స్. ఎందుకు? ఇంప్రాపర్ డ్రైనేజ్ సిస్టమ్ ఉండడం వల్ల, ర్యాపిడ్ అర్బనైజేషన్ అవ్వడం వల్ల, ఎక్కడంటే అక్కడ ఫారెస్ట్లని మొత్తం తీసేయడం వల్ల, డిఫారెస్టేషన్ వల్ల ఇట్ కెన్ అక్కర్ యువర్ అర్బన్ ఫ్లడ్స్. సరిగ్గా వాటర్ ఫ్లో అనేది లేకపోవడం వల్ల ఇట్ మే కాజ్ టు ది అర్బన్ ఫ్లడ్స్. ద సేమ్ ఈజ్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు ఫ్లాష్ ఫ్లడ్స్ ఆల్సో. సో ఒక గంట సేపు వర్షం పడినా సరే అక్కడున్న మడ్ అనేది కొట్టుకుపోతూ ఉంటుంది. క్లియర్? దట్ మడ్ ఈస్ మూవ్డ్ ఫ్రమ్ వన్ ప్లేస్ టు ది అదర్ ప్లేస్ ఆర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ డిస్ప్లేస్డ్. such that think 6 hours of rainfall and that too in the Uttarakhand region lo problem enti, glacier melting valla more amount of water is accumulating there. Ganga is there, Yamuna is flowing. Mari inta intense varsham unnappudu, obviously it's not like I'm not supporting these flash floods, but the causes is human made. Obviously these flash floods are human made. If suppose required amount of forest or the trees are there, then what will happen? The soil will hold that water, but due to excessive deforestation, what is happening? It is leading to urban floods. It is also causing flash floods also. So flash floods are sudden intense flooding events that typically occur within 6 hours of the rainfall or another trigger. Ela trigger avutundi flash floods ante even due to cloud burst also. So major ga news enti ante andaru cloud burst anukuntunnaru, but it is not cloud burst according to the IMD. So Indian Meteorological Department prakaram it's not cloud burst, but it is flash floods. And they are fast moving and highly destructive. So then key features enti ante it is caused by short duration intense rainfall or often from the cloud burst. But if there is a dam failure, ఒకవేళ డ్యామ్ ఫెయిల్యూర్ ఉంది ఆ ప్లేస్ లో, then it is leading to the flash floods. Flash floods అంటే nothing, just simple గా లైక్ నది ప్రవాహం ఎలాగైతే వెళ్తుందో అలా మొత్తం వాటర్ అనేది ఒక దగ్గర అక్యుములేట్ అయిపోవడం. లైక్ ఫర్ సపోజ్ ఫ్రమ్ ది లార్జర్ ఏరియాస్ టు ది లోవర్ ఏరియాస్. సో డ్యామ్ బ్రేక్ వల్ల అక్కరవచ్చు. అండ్ ఓవర్ఫ్లోయింగ్ ఆఫ్ గ్లేషియర్ లేక్స్. ఒకవేళ గ్లేషియర్ లేక్ అనేది మెల్ట్ అయిపోతుంది, అప్పుడు వాటర్ అనేది అక్యుములేట్ అవుతుంది. దానివల్ల యూ కెన్ సీ ద ఫ్లాష్ ఫ్లడ్స్. అండ్ ఫర్దర్ పోస్ట్ వైల్డ్ లైఫ్ రన్ ఆఫ్స్. For example, deforestation. And common and narrow, steep river valleys and urban areas with impermeable surfaces, and water holding capacity in the surfaces mostly. See, concrete roads, example. Concrete roads where you can see almost in your urban areas. Can you see the flash floods? ఒకటే ఈసారి మొత్తం కొట్టుకుపోవడం, that is water coming and accumulating. ఇది ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తుంది? ప్రాపర్ డ్రైనేజ్ సిస్టమ్ లేకపోతే ఇట్ విల్ బి స్టోరింగ్ హియర్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్. ఇట్ విల్ కమ్ టు అవర్ హోమ్స్, ఆఫీసెస్, వేర్ ఎవర్ ద ప్లేసెస్ యూ టేక్. నెక్స్ట్, జియోలాజికల్ అండ్ క్లైమేట్ ఫ్యాక్టర్స్. సో హిమాలయన్ స్టేట్స్ లో, ఉత్తరాఖండ్ ఉంది హిమాలయన్ స్టేటే కదా, నార్త్ సైడ్. సో నార్త్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా హిమాలయన్ స్టేట్స్, ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఉత్తరాఖండ్, హిమాచల్ ప్రదేశ్, Uttar Pradesh, some extent. So these regions you can face the threats. Then nunchi, cloud burst nunchi, and also glacier lake outflows nunchi. Now next, urban centers like Chennai, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore. But Bangalore nowadays it is becoming drier because only rapid urbanization valla. So Chennai, Mumbai, Hyderabad often suffer due to poor drainage system and impermeable infrastructure. Impermeable infrastructure ante, for example, concrete roads. We are clearing the soil and we are keeping the concrete roads upon that. Concrete roads, they do not absorb this vast amount of water. So dani valla also it is causing here urban floods and also flash floods sometimes. So cyclonic storms valla, if there is excess amount of cyclones, the intensification of cyclone is causing the excess rainfall. So cyclone storms in coastal areas like Odisha gani, West Bengal gani, Andhra Pradesh gani, it is also triggering here flash floods. Clear? Flash floods ante enti? Sudden and intense amount of rainfall. Rainfall occur avadam valla there is no possibility of sinking of the rainwater into the ground. Dani valla అప్పటిదప్పుడు ఒక రివర్ లాగా అనేది అక్కడ అక్యుములేట్ అవుతుంది. ఫర్ సపోజ్ సీ ద అక్యుములేషన్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ ఇస్ దట్ మచ్ హ్యూజ్, ఇట్ కెనాట్ గో ఎనీవేర్. దెన్ వేర్ ఇట్ గోస్ ఇంటూ ద ఎంప్టీ స్పేసెస్ లైక్ అవర్ హోమ్స్ అండ్ ఇట్ విల్ like wash away our homes gani, it will spoil the infrastructure also. It will damage the infrastructure. So floods and flash floods incidences in India. Here India, I mean our India is the second most affected region. First affected region is Bangladesh and second affected region is India. So India is the second worst flood affected country globally after Bangladesh. Now India is accounting for approximately 20% of global flood related deaths. Approximately 20% of the global flood related deaths are occurring. And further 75% of Indian rainfall occurs in just 4 monsoon months, that is from June to September. June nunchi September, it is our monsoon season. Avuna? 75%. Retreating monsoon is different again, which is occurring in winter months. October, November lo, December aa time lo. But yet almost 75% of Indian rainfall is occurring in the months of June to September. Now further, 40 million hectares of land is flood prone land. You can see 40 million hectares of land in India is flood prone and 18.6 million hectares is affected annually. See, these flash floods, these cloud bursts, urban floods, you can see regularly. First, it is very much human induced activities. Due to deforestation, we are removing manam ekkada place avuthe akkada we are accumulating and we are constructing. So when we are removing the soil surfaces, what will happen? The nature will also give nice gift to us. Not only talking with Uttarakhand floods, but I'm talking also about the urban floods also. So now IMD has been clarified that it is not a cloudburst, rather it is the flash flood and cheppesi. So cloudburst ga oppukodaniki the criteria is that so cloudburst should be like 100 millimeters of rainfall or more rainfall per hour over 10 square kilometers. But Uttarakhand lo only it is recorded as 2.7 millimeters of rainfall in 24 hours. So technically it is not here cloudburst, rather it is here flash floods. So GS1 lo, paper 1, GS1, geography lo, in mains and in prelims both. So this cloudburst and flash floods are important. So urban floods gurinchi, cloudburst gurinchi, flash floods gurinchi, please have your proper notes with you. Is it clear? Now, next article. Next article enti ante money laundering. Money laundering enduku news lo undi. Can you see the article? How should money laundering be tackled? Now, idenduku news lo undi ante as you know, the parliamentary sessions are going on. So, report submitted by Finance Minister in Rajya Sabha states that 5,892 cases were taken up by the Enforcement Directorate, that is ED. ED functioning enti to reduce the money laundering, to reduce this money laundering under the prevention of under the Act of Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. Clear? Kani, only 15 convictions have yet been ordered by the special courts. So the news is, as the parliamentary sessions are going on, so in Rajya Sabha, Finance Minister has said that approximately 5,892 cases with respect to the money laundering have been come to us. Okay, so why it is in news? A report submitted by Finance Minister in the Rajya Sabha states that 5,892 cases were taken up by the Enforcement Directorate under the PMLA Act, that is Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002, since the year 2015. But of these cases, only 15 convictions have yet been ordered by the special courts. Money laundering ante enti? Okay, paper lo ee word kuda mention chesaru. Let's see that word first. In paper, there have been mentioned a terminology called laundromat. Can you see? Laundromat. Laundromat ante enti ante? Originally, it was used to describe here crime syndicates. These crime syndicates which are hiding the illegal income through the legal businesses. They are doing the legal business, but sampadinchedi illegal money, like laundromats. So, your laundromat is nothing but originally used to describe the crime syndicates. These crime syndicate people, they are hiding the illegal money through the legal means. Illegal income through your legal businesses. And today, it is referred to as financial vehicles, like banks gani, financial firms gani, that is laundering the money. So the banks and financial firms, that is laundering the money. And also it is mean to hide the ownership, tax eggotadam, evade the taxes, embezzle the funds, shifting of funds, and move money offshore. Ikkada సంపాదించిన money ఇంకొక దగ్గరికి move చేయడం. Money laundering, black money, and evasion of taxes, tax కట్టకపోవడం, illegal గా సంపాదించిన money, black money that you are transferring into other countries and making it white and coming back to India or coming back to the native country. So, how was this money laundering done? as per section 3 of your PMLA Act, there are 3 stages. One is placement, other is layering, and third is integration. First, ఈ placement లో ఏం చేస్తాము? We are introducing the illegal money into the financial system. Illegal money ni we are introducing into the financial system. Clear? దాని తర్వాత ఏమవుతుంది? This money is moved through the transactions or investments to hide this origin. మనీ వస్తుంది, ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుందో తెలియదు. ఏం చేస్తున్నాం? బ్యాంక్ వెళ్తున్నాం, we are depositing there. Now it is transacted. We do not know the origin of that money. And further, using the cleaned money for real estate, businesses or assets. This is your integration. That is, you are integrating this money with some other legal businesses, or you are investing in real estate, businesses or any other assets. You are buying some lands, or you are shifting this money to the offshore, that is foreign countries, and you are coming with the clean money to the India. Clear? So the layers are placement, layering and integration. These are the 3 stages. First, you will induce that money into the financial firms, that is, for example, your banks. What these banks will do? Kontavaraku they'll see the things, where this money is coming from and what is this money coming from. But if you're investing in other areas or in other banks out of the India, so moving this money through transactions or investment to hide its origin. Or I'm investing on something, or I'm investing this black money for opening some other new businesses in other country. Are you understanding? So placement, collection of dirty money integrating into the financial system. Tarvata enti layering, that is transferring on the bank account of company X, taking loan, paying again, taking loan for some company. Then how you are paying? You are paying this loan here, clean money. Now integrating, that is purchasing of luxury assets gani, financial investments gani, very lands konandam gani, like that. Now what is this? This is our legal status. So who is taking care of this? Enforcement Director is taking. Through what act? Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. So this act is lined with UN Political Declaration of year 1990. What is the objective? The objective is to prevent and punish the money laundering and also giving or punishing them. Further, if you see the key objectives, burden of proof lies on the accused. So ever nirupinchukovali? Accused nirupinchukovali. That where it is coming from. Money is originated somewhere. It is going into some other hands. If that person is like a person varkipote, who should bear the burden of proof? That accused person. Next, no FIR is needed. Direct arrest to begin this proceedings. No FIR is needed to begin this proceedings. If there is a chance of conviction, ఒకవేళ దొరికిపోయారు అనుకోండి, డైరెక్ట్ ఎఫ్ఐఆర్ ఏం అక్కర్లేదు. You can directly file the case. Now, why it is, ఎందుకు మనీ లాండరింగ్ స్టాప్ చేయాలి? Because it is used for terrorism also. It is used for terrorism also. That is why we need to tackle the money laundering. If this is not tackled, terrorism increases. Evading of tax increases, tax kattakupovam increase avutundi. If tax is not paid, what happens to the GDP of the country? It reduces. Clear? And a scheduled offence is required to prosecute under PMLA. And further, attachment of property can proceed without a criminal case also. If you're attaching the property, attachment of property can proceed without a criminal case also. So these are the features of your PMLA Act. Clear? What is money laundering? Now, let's talk about the global level. Global level lo money laundering ni evaru protect chestaru, or who seizes money laundering in the global level? That is your Financial Action Task Force. Financial Action Task Force. And this task force can keep the country in grey list or blacklist. Dani valla vaatikochi funds anevi stop avutayi. Recently India said that to Financial Action Task Force to keep Pakistan in the grey list, as Pakistan has been diverted its funds or its loans to the terror. So, FATF is an intergovernmental body which is established in 1989 by a G7 countries. So, FATF is an intergovernmental body established in 1989 by a G7 countries. Now, what is the purpose of it? To combat money laundering, terrorist financing, and also other threats to the international financial systems. Now, where is this located? It is located in Paris, in France. Clear? And further, how many members are there? 39 members are there in this FATF. And also, India has become a full member in the year of 2010. In 2010, India has become its full member. Is this clear? So, remember the word laundromat. What is money laundering? Prevention of money laundering is important. Giving suggestions and way forward is important. And holistically, money laundering is very much important for your UPSC exam. In both prelims and mains, it can be asked. And sometimes in interview also, they will test you. Clear? So, be prepared with this topic also. Now, the third topic, okay, sorry, I forgot. So, the objectives of FATF in the money laundering, to prevent the money laundering, terrorist financing, proliferation financing, and also evaluating and monitoring the country level implementation of these objectives. అంటే మనీ లాండరింగ్ జరగకుండా ఏ కంట్రీస్ ఏ మెజర్స్ తీసుకుంటున్నాయి అని ఇట్ విల్ చెక్ దట్ అండ్ ప్రమోట్ ది ఎఫెక్టివ్ ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ లీగల్, రెగ్యులేటరీ అండ్ ఆపరేషనల్ మెజర్స్. These are the objectives of that FATF. Now, the next article is about your Nilgiri tar. Now, why it is in news? It is in news because the population of the Tamil Nadu state animal, that is Nilgiri tar, raises thanks to the efforts of the Stalin government and Chappesi. It has been given. Now, where you can see this? In your Tamil Nadu and Kerala regions. That is in your Annamalai Tiger Reserve and Mukurthi National Park. So, you have to also note down that where is Annamalai Tiger Reserve located and where is here Mukurthi National Park is located. So, for today, this is our species and news. The species and news is Nilgiri tar. Then specialty into the state animal of your Tamil Nadu. You can see, same, mana normal goat la untundi. But you're having this horns. The specialty of this animal is that it is the only animal found in India where it can walk on its toes of your feet. Toes means nadustundi, not completely on your foot, but toes, that is fingers of your feet. So it is the only mountain ungulate in southern India. Ungulate, that is which is walking on the toes of the feet. So the Nilgiri tar is a mountain ungulate endemic to the southern part of your Western Ghats. It is also called as Nilgiri ibex or simply ibex. Clear? The specialty I've seen, same goat lane untundi, but it is having a long body also. You can see it in your Western Ghats across your Kerala and Tamil Nadu. It is normally vegetarian. So, preferred habitat mountain grasslands at elevation of 1200 to 2600 meters, and further it is found in your Shola forest. And the majorly you can see in your Annamalai forest and also your Mukurthi National Park and also Eraviculam National Park in Kerala, where you can find the highest density and largest population. That is in your Kerala you can find. Clear? Now, the most important thing is the conservation status. This is very much important. So, in IUCN Red List, it is kept in your endangered list. It is kept in your endangered list. While in your Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, it has been kept in Schedule 1. That is, See, endangered and Schedule 1, they are your highest protected species. So, highest protection is given to this Nilgiri tar. Nilgiri tar. So, mostly you can found in your grassland areas. Is this clear? Remember, highest protection is given. Now, next, let's see about the repo rate lastly. Now, why this repo rate is in news? Because Monetary Policy Committee, which has been meted, it has been said that we are not changing the repo rate. Actually, repo rate ante which is very important for the exam. Repo rate, reverse repo rate, statutory liquidity ratio, these terminologies you will see every time in the newspaper. So, correct terminology enti anedi telusukodam, it is very much important. So, the news is the Reserve Bank of India maintained its key interest rate at 5.50%. RBI Governor Sanjay Malhotra says they want to continue to monitor the macroeconomic conditions on a policy-to-policy basis. Now, what is this repo rate? Repo rate is nothing but, see, repurchase agreement rate. Between whom? Between your bank and between RBI. So, it is the interest rate at which your commercial banks takes from the RBI. If the banks are taking, okay, banks RBI nunchi money తీసుకుంటే, what is the interest rate the banks are paying to the RBI? That is your repo rate. Reverse repo rate ante where the RBI pays to the bank. Clear? So the repo rate is the interest rate at which commercial banks borrow from the central bank. Central Bank of India is Reserve Bank of India. Clear? ఏదైతే బ్యాంక్స్ బారో చేసుకుంటున్నాయో ఆర్బీఐ నుంచి దానిపైన ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్ అనేది కడతాం. దట్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్ వీఆర్ కాలింగ్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ది రెపో రేట్. ఇఫ్ RBI is paying to the banks, the interest rate, if the RBI is paying to the banks, then you are calling it as reverse repo rate. Is this clear? Now, what is the purpose and functioning? It helps the banks make the short-term liquidity. Short-term liquidity needs by borrowing the funds. And further, these banks will provide some collaterals to your RBI. When RBI is giving something to the banks, it is also giving the collateral. Appadaki mee daggara unchukondi RBI. When I am paying, I will take it back and cheppesi. So banks provide securities as collaterals and agree to repurchase them later at the higher price, including your interest. Money. If repo rate is increased, what happens? If repo rate decreases, what happens? Simply remember, if the repo rate is increasing, it will reduce the inflation. If repo rate is decreasing, it will increase the inflation because borrowing అనేది ఎక్కువైపోతుంది. See, higher repo rate, costlier loans for the banks. అప్పుడు బ్యాంక్స్ ఏమనుకుంటాయి, అబ్బా నేను ఇప్పుడు RBI నుంచి తీసుకోవాలా అనుకుంటాయి. When there is shortage of money with banks, it will stop lending. When it is stopping lending, what happens? Currency circulation will be stopped for some time at least. Then what happens? Inflation will be reduced. So higher repo rate will lead to the slower borrowing and spending such that it is decreasing your inflation. And lower repo rate, cheaper loans for the banks. Banks will give at the lower interest for the borrowers. What will happen? Money will be with everyone and therefore it is increasing the borrowing and spending. That means it is increasing the inflation. Next, what it is role in monetary policy? It will control the inflation, money supply and also the economic growth also. Clear? Now, let's see the RBI's monetary policy report for this month. So, it has been said that short-term lending rate unchanged, that is repo rate unchanged at 5.5%. And this decision has been taken by Monetary Policy Committee. Monetary Policy Committee lo 3 members from the RBI, that is Governor, Deputy Governor, another person from the RBI, plus 3 persons from the government. So, mottam 6 members untaru. And it has also said that GDP growth projection for financial year 26, 2026 has been retained at 6.5%. And domestic growth, governor says domestic growth remains resilient, broadening the evolution. Inflation forecast, there's a forecast that inflation is going to reduce by 3.1%. And also, CAD expected to remain in this sustainable level. Policy transmission, that is monetary policy transmission, is still on. And further, okay, the important thing is further the next meeting will be in September to October month. It is September 29 to October 1st. So these are the key highlights of your MPC report. Clear? So, flash floods, cloudburst, and urban floods, money laundering, Nilgiri Thar, and also above the repo rate, reverse repo rate, statutory liquidity ratio. These things are very much important for the exam, and I think I have covered them inclusively. So what I want you to do is please maintain current affairs notes and write down the current affairs. Thank you. Have a good day.